Hi there, my name is Zohar and I'm very excited to have you today with me to work in a new pose that is part of our 30-day Backbend challenge. The pose is the full camel. Don't be scared, even if it's an advanced pose, this pose can be adjusted to different levels. Even if you're a beginner, intermediate, you can still start working towards that end pose of the full camel. So in this class today, we are gonna break down the pose and we are gonna progressively get deeper and deeper, so you can choose in what level you want to stay and work. For the class you will need a wall for sure. We need it. If you don't have a wall, maybe a couch could serve. And the class, it's not including a warm-up, so please make sure your hips, back and shoulders are nicely warm up before you even try to do the following exercises. And my suggestion would be that you pause this class and you do the bridge class that we have in this challenge. I'm leaving you the link there below in the description. In this way, you are gonna make sure that you are really warmed up, and that will prevent you from hurting yourself. So start your warm-up and then I will meet you in the middle of the mat to do our first exercises for the full camel. To start with, we are gonna do our camel pose and then we are gonna work in our full camel with the wall. Okay, so in the center of the mat, we are gonna do circles. So one side and the other as a nice warm-up for our camel. So sit on your heels, right hand to the right heel, inhale. And on the exhale, I'm pushing the hips forward, the chest up, and I'm gonna do a circle here. Look backwards. And then when I'm coming back, I'm gonna bring the chest up, back to center and directly switch sides. Inhale and exhale. We do 3 times on each side. So that's the second one, what we are doing now. It just feels so good, right? And the last one is on the left. Beautiful. Now, different ways to get in our camel pose. Let's start with the easiest one and the safest one when you're a beginner. And that's having the hands on the low back. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, I really want to keep the hips and the knees in the same line, even a tiny bit further the hips. And open my chest. The hands are there to assist us with the low back. And we look backwards, open the chest. Nice. Now we are gonna drop the hands and grab the heels. I want you to also feel how the front part of the body stretches. So in backbends, we're stretching in reality the front part of the body. So I want you to feel those hips, the tummy, and so on stretching. From here, look backwards, drop the hands. Enjoy. And if you want, you can try to do a circle to come out. From the circle, we can also go directly to the full camel. And switch sides for the circle. So many ways you can enter in the camel pose. So you can pick whatever feels good to you. Nice. If you feel like doing a couple of more camel poses, you can do them. Now we are gonna grab a block and place them between our thighs. So we place the block on the longest way. And this exercise is basically to extra activate our muscles. Arms forward, inhale, and on the exhale, we go backwards. And then come back up. We are gonna do 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now let's hold in the maximum range for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Beautiful. Good. So we activated now the legs. The body is warm up because we did the bridge routine, right? It's time to just go for it and get our full camel. So let's go to the wall and work on that drill that will help you getting deeper in your camel. So feet are going to be ideally touching the wall. You can always leave a tiny space if you feel like, oh my God, this is so narrow, but eventually I promise you that you're able to do it without having any space there. And we're gonna use the wall to go down. If you have experience and you don't yank your low back and you wanna, just go without using the wall, you can also do it. But I would recommend, if you're not very familiar to the pose or you yank a lot on your low back flexibility, to try to use the wall. Hands to the low back, and same movement first like with the camel pose. Really squeeze the booty, keep those hips aligned with the knees or even bringing them a tiny bit farther forward. Nice. Now hands to the wall. Okay, first step. And the next step, we're gonna walk down. Once here, you can also try to bring the hips towards the wall, and that's a very nice upper back stretch. And then you continue walking the hands. And again, if you want, see if you can bring the hips a tiny bit to the wall. For me, it doesn't work so much anymore. And then you come here. And almost there. Grab one heel, grab the other heel. Nice. So, option A, you stay here. Option B, walk the hands forward. And bring the head towards the body, elbows to the mat. Hands forward, head towards the feet and the mat. To come out, you can also assist yourself. Do here the upper back stretch. Oh my God, and relax. And this drill, it's hard, but it will make sure that you are bending. Often I see people entering in the full camel, it's just traveling with their hips backwards. That's normal also at the beginning when you're a beginner, but if you get used to that, you will never target the rest of the spine or even the shoulders. So this drill, it's a killer, but very efficient. And now that we have used the wall, we are gonna just do the same, but in the middle of the mat. Remember to keep the hips as front as possible while you are coming backwards. And if they travel backwards, then just correct yourself and bring them forward. If bringing the elbows is too hard, then you just work on bending a tiny bit the elbows. Just every time you practice, you bend a tiny bit more and then a tiny bit more. And eventually one day your elbows will reach the floor. I'm gonna enter first in the camel pose and then show you two ways to enter in the full camel. One is without shoulder rotation. The other one is with shoulder rotation. I'm gonna start with the one without. Just so my hips travel backwards, it's okay. I'm gonna now walk my hands towards my feet. And as I do this, I travel my hips forward. Now here, head towards the booty. And then bring the hands to the heels. And voila! And now with the shoulder rotation, if you have a good shoulder flexibility, this is a great way to shortcut a bit the work. So I'm gonna go again into the circle, camel pose, and then just directly do the shoulder rotation. For those that you don't know what type of shoulder rotation it is, this is like the flip the grip. There is a tutorial, I leave the link here up. in case you want to practice a tiny bit more your flip the grip. And once we are done, or between each set, if you want, you can take the child's pose. And this is all for today's class in full camel. It's a very deep pose, so afterwards make sure you do our cool down routine, because you will definitely need to bring back all those muscles that we just stretched, but also stabilize the body so you avoid having any pain on your joints in the long run. Thank you so much again for joining me today, and I hope to see you in our next class. Bye!